Motivation requires discipline. Waking up day after day and doing what needs to be done day after day requires order, discipline. There's no motivation in the world that will make you go train at 5 a.m., work, and study every day. Motivation is a spark, and whether it catches fire or not will be determined by discipline. So the next question would be, how do I cultivate discipline? And to answer that question, I had a very good idea. This idea will make you understand once and for all and never forget. I call it the Bukowski effect. Charles Bukowski was an alcoholic, depressive, aggressive, constantly getting into bar fights, assaulted his wife during an interview in front of the cameras, and had numerous dead-end jobs he hated for more than half of his life. He was, at the very least, an unpleasant person. But despite all his flaws, he excelled at one thing: writing. He loved it more than anything else in life. In his youth, he spent almost every day in the library, reading works of great authors and falling in love with literature. He felt the need to reach their level someday. Now, imagine this scenario. A man in his 40s, working unbearable 10-hour shifts at the post office, coming home tired, having a disagreement with his girlfriend, wife, or whatever dysfunctional romance he was involved in at the moment, drinking until he could hardly stand. And finally, after all of this, sitting down to write every day because, despite leading a difficult life, his love for writing drove him to repeat the same habit every day until he finally received an offer to publish his books, which became a huge success at the age of 49. There's no other word for it. That's pure discipline. The question that remains is, how did Bukowski, who failed in almost every aspect of his life, manage to stay so disciplined in his writing? He explains it in one of his most famous quotes: "Find what you love and let it kill you." The phrase is more dramatic than necessary, but that's how Bukowski was. For better or worse, that's what he did his entire life. He loved writing, wanted to be a writer, and nothing took that out of his head. The problem is that he applied that discipline only to writing, and the idea of the Bukowski effect is to apply that passion to as many areas of your life as possible. Firstly, it's necessary to identify what you love. That's your goal, and it's in the direction of that purpose that you should focus. From that moment on, keep that in mind constantly. It can be anything: having a great body, a specific job, or exploring the world. The decision is yours. Motivation comes and goes, and especially when it goes, that's when you have to remember what you're fighting for, what your goal is. That's how you maintain discipline. Anyone can do the same or simply apply the Bukowski effect to various areas of their life. For example, if I had to study law, I would never have the necessary discipline for it. Believe me, my father wanted me to be a lawyer. So, the first course I chose in college was law. I procrastinated, woke up on the day of the exam and realized it has to be what you love, not what your parents love or what you think others would love. That's the Bukowski effect. Find what you love and never let go of it. That's the direction you should follow, and that's how you cultivate unwavering discipline. Now, how do you find what you love? I'm still trying to figure that out. If you have any ideas, please tell me down below. Until next time.